Back. Woo! Okay, everybody. My apologies. Sorry about that. Welcome back to the ADL season number 2, week number 2. It's day number 2. It's the second game. A lot of twos.
A lot of twos, dude.
Yeah, a lot of twos. Union Gaming versus No Earthspirit here in the first series of the day. And well, my microphone, it just doesn't want to work. But listen, it's fine. It's fine. We're jumping into the draft. As you can clearly see, my name is Mont. With me tonight is the illustrious What Is Hip. Greg, how you doing, man?
Doing great, dude. I'm ready for another game here of Dota. Hopefully, Union Gaming has something else in their back pocket because that first game was not quite close.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily a stomp. They always felt like they were in it, but there were certain points when it just seemed like No Earthspirit were outmaneuvering Union Gaming, and they're going to go for a bit of a greedy option. They pick up the Naga Siren, which we've seen so very often recently, and one of those heroes that, if is untouched, can absolutely get destroyed. But we said that about the Lycan as well. So now you have a hero that works so well with Room and Farm, but I don't expect to see No Earthspirit kind of just let this happen, and we should see a pretty decent counter, sort of action coming out from No Earthspirit, whether it's a pick or just the aggressive play style from them once again.
Interesting. Both teams here, I think, are going to be prioritizing figuring out a way to shut down the opposing mid laner. Both Invoker and Naga Siren, you really need to shut them down as early as possible. If Naga Siren has her way with things, it can be really rough for you. Just one of the best split pushers, one of the best farmers in the game if you can get an appropriate amount of farm up on her. So I'm assuming that this is going to be a mid lane Naga, but that might not be true. This could very easily just be a carry Naga.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of different options there, even support to a certain extent, but we don't see that as often as you might like. And there are people that, including myself, don't necessarily like the Naga Siren just because it takes too long to get online. But we've seen heroes that have gotten a lot of farm within 14, 15 minutes and have done so much with it. But the times where you don't have that farm at 20, 25, and you're still able to kind of just take the game, take over, and just kind of get things going, it's probably when it's most frustrating for the opposing team because you're like, well, we shut her down, but she still got back into it, which is just like miserable. So, how it is.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just hard to deal with her because she has decent movement speed. Her armor is really high, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they have good options though with Visage, with Invoker. Tornado is a good way to set that up, or even Cold Snap's pretty good as well. So I think the Naga should be okay as long as they're able to keep track of the lane supports and make sure that Visage can't smoke gank in with someone without her noticing. Because the good news is that you can kind of just like evacuate to the jungle, stack up a couple camps, and it's still a good use of your time because you'll kill them eventually.
Yeah, the thing is that they're on the Dire team, so
it's not as good.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what a lot of people touch on, especially when they talk about a Naga or even a Shadow Fiend or anybody that's able to just kind of be that semi-carry or carry mid and kind of work from that kind of point. So they will go for the Doom, and now you've got a couple of different options like we talked about. You can safe lane the Naga, you can safe lane the Doom, you can mid both of them, you can support the Naga. So they have these options here. Union Gaming have this open-ended draft. I think No Earthspirit are thinking probably along the same lines I am in terms of that mid Naga, the safe lane Doom. So now you're effective. You can go for an aggro tri-lane again if you're No Earthspirit because it worked last time, number one. And number two, with the Doom, it's not going to be that good for Union Gaming. They're going to have a bit of a rough time. So No Earthspirit, we'll see if they pick some more aggressive heroes. They already have the Visage, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Doom is pretty awful in lane, to be honest. I mean, his strength is certainly not the laning phase. It's in the fact that he can make up for it and get a lot of utility items quickly. So I think if they do decide to put this Doom in a tri-lane, we could very easily see No Earthspirit challenge it again. It looks like they were very comfortable with it. They pick up the Rubik. Excuse me. They pick up the Rubik, which can pretty much go either way. Yeah. So we'll see. We're not going to really know until they grab that last hero.
Yeah, that's I think definitely the case. If we see something like a Mirana, I think you'd have to imagine it's going to be an aggressive tri-lane or somebody that just screams aggression essentially. And there's a couple of options there, like we talked about. The Mirana is one of them, but for Union Gaming, whether they like it or not, the only way I think that they can maybe survive an aggressive tri-lane is if they throw the Naga Siren in that farming role because you have Ensnare, you have Riptide early on. You could do some damage and actually be pretty effective with another support that has potential nukes. The Shadow Shaman's so good at just locking heroes down like a Visage if he's trying to Soul Assumption, which is where a lot of your damage comes from. So Union Gaming, they've maybe got to pick something that either helps out the Doom a lot or just have somebody that gets back into the game somehow, because I don't see how this laning phase is going to go well for them at all.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty rough. I mean, they don't... What the hell? All right, well, I guess
Support Naga.
yeah, Sport Naga, I guess with
Well,
ugh.
actually, maybe solo. Maybe they know the aggro try is coming. They do like solo safe death prophet, then like they dodge the try with like the doom and the shadow. I don't know.
That's possible. Yeah, that's true.
There you
Fair
can't really
enough.
set it in stone until you see the fifth hero. You can kind of say, well, maybe this is a support Naga, but there's like a million different things they can do depending on how the laning goes, and it's just like game number 1 in that regard. We didn't see Union go for that, try lane dodge like I kind of expected in that first game, and boom,
Well,
called it. Money, so money. I'm on point.
Yeah, and I think with that, you're right. This is probably going to be another aggressive trial lane. So Union Gaming need to figure out a way to deal with that. Death Prophet, not a lot of HP. Might just get owned if it's up against 3 heroes. I don't know. I don't really know how Union Gaming are going to deal with this, to be honest. I mean, this looks really bad for them. Like, this looks just very bad for them. They've got a lot of heroes that don't do a lot until like level 3, where no Earthspirit can just kind of kill them from level 1.
Right. But I think the one thing they have going is that if it's Naga versus Invoker mid, Naga does okay, I guess
Yeah,
you'd
that's
say.
fine.
Oh, all right, I'd say.
Yeah.
Not like super great, but not super awful either. Her mirror
Yeah,
images
I
will
think
stay
it's okay.
alive, but yeah, honestly, I think that's really one thing at least they have going their way, but they still might not even be doing that. Death Prophet, we don't know what lane she's going to be in. Doom, we don't know what lane he's going to be in, so... And now with the Mirana, Invoker could pick up that Exhort and get easy stun strikes, essentially, as long as they hit the arrows, even the Telekinesis as well. So it really comes down to how Relic wants to play this, and now their last pick is going to be a solo safe laner, or maybe an off lane if they want to go for that solo, or that safe tri lane, but I don't see that happening coming out from Banner Earthspirit now.
I feel like Timbersaw might be okay here again. I'm not sure.
For no Earth,
For no
right?
Earth Spirit, yeah. I think they just need someone that, just like a good solo laner that can bring mid game damage. And I guess maybe they go for like a more meaty safe lane carry in case Mirana doesn't get a lot of farm. But I don't really. I think this trial lane will
They
go
could
fine
do
for
TA
them.
again, honestly. They could honestly
Yeah,
do
that
TA
could
and
that could be fine.
This is the greediest lineup
What
I've ever seen in my life.
Radiant
This is going to be a support Naga. Now we can, I think, say with almost 100%
Yeah.
certainty, unless they want to use the Doom as a 4-roll, which we haven't seen it in who knows how long, and honestly, I don't really like that choice. So Union Gaming are going for this extraordinarily greedy Doom, Death, Prophet, Morphling kind of thing with the Naga Siren support. The thing is, they have Ensnare, they have Ether Shock and Shackle, so they've got ways to lock things down. They might keep this Doom safe just with the Naga Siren support and the Shadow Shaman as well, if he's going to be the safe lane farmer, or they put the Morphling and they have a lot of damage with Riptide and Waveform. So there is something that you kind of have to keep in mind, but that means that no Earthspirit are going to get a lot more off the map probably. So I don't
Like what
know.
What happens if you just get like what
Oh
if
my God,
jeez,
I'm so good.
man, you're on top of things. Like what happens if they just run at you? You're just like dead. You can't do anything. At like level 1 if they just run at you and lift you, like how are you ever possibly supposed to like beat that?
You shackle one, you ensnare the other, and hope to God that you live through all of that. So,
Like, what if you're the one getting lifted though, and then you get arrowed? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. This seems. I'll be very impressed if Union Gaming pull this one off.
Right, yeah,
This
I
is,
mean-
this is greedy as hell.
I mean, the interesting thing is they have a little bit of everything. They have a little bit of split push. They have a little bit of team fight. They have a little bit of lockdown. They have a little bit of control. I mean, whereas Banner Earthspirit, they also have the same thing, but their laning stage seems to be that much better. And Naga support is not something we're accustomed to seeing for the most part. And well, we don't really know who's going where just yet, but as it stands, Jericho was playing the 4-roll last time, and he actually has a lot of regen in his stout shield, so I don't know. Maybe this
Maybe
draft
he's
didn't work.
jungling?
Yeah, but the thing is, he doesn't have a quelling, and jungling with the Doom is like you almost need a quelling blade, plus you
Yeah,
need
that's true.
regen, and unless you get a wild wing like early on to be able, like, if he gets a wild wing, he's the luckiest man alive. They're going to smoke up, though, and before they get into some action, we've got Uden Gamers. Zenderless is going to be on the Naga Siren. Nova will be on the Shadow Shaman, Jericho on the Doom, Ewo on the Morphling, and Citadel will be on the Death Prophet. I should say Union Gaming. I keep saying gamers, and people get frustrated by that, so I apologize. They're looking to catch out Banner Earthspirit here, but they've got that smoke. That'll be Union's roster. Let's see if we get some introductions for Banner Earth in the meantime.
For Ben Earth, we've got Half Ride Eggroll on the Mirana, Evan on the Rubik, Goody or Fans of Soyan on the Visage. In the mid lane, actually, this time is Bricks on the Templar Assassin, and down in the bottom lane, Relic on the Invoker. Are they going to swap again?
It looks like, I mean, they're changing things up, and solos are solos until they die, I suppose, so I guess they don't really mind either way, but There, you can see Bricks is going for the RTZ block, and he'll be just fine. But look at this smoke gang coming out, the counter smoke gang coming out from Evan, Fan of Soy, and Half Fried Egg Roll. They're looking for a potential initiation. Telekinesis is about to fly Nova. The arrow is about to go through. It hits up. The damage already dealt. He is going to fall. Soul Assumption just to make sure they get the kill, but they don't even need it. Easy kill for Goody with the Visage getting the first blood. So smoke already paying off, and the aggro try, it's well underway.
Well, that's pretty much how I envisioned this entire landing phase to go, right there. That was a perfect example.
Microcosm.
Get lifted up in the arrow, get arrowed, and then, like, they didn't even need Soul Assumption that time, but this is going to be a really hard landing stage for Union.
Oh my gosh. I think Citadel and Union got metagamed. I think they thought that the Invoker was going to be it, and they just get Crypt Storm him, but it's Bricks, and he's just going to Refraction for, like, days. So Jericho is actually an offlane Doom right now, which means that the Morphling is going to be top, and I thought it might have been like an offlane DP, but no, as it stands, Jericho's just, oh, he got a Wild Wing. That's what I'm talking about. The luckiest man alive. Jericho is literally the luckiest man alive. If he wants to
top lane, though, they're sparring back and forth. Goody. Oh, arrow goes out, misses just barely. Soul Assumption charged up. We'll see if they can make anything else happen. Looks like they're going to back off. But Waveform was used for Morphling, so he doesn't have that now for a couple more seconds as he's charging back up the mana.
You see a lot of people go for a level 1 Morph. I'm not sure if that's a thing anymore, but level 1 Waveform is...
I think it's mostly because he was scared shitless that he was going to die.
Yeah, probably. To
be honest.
That makes sense. You know, we just have that utility to get away, and that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that was the main thing.
Strength Morph might keep you alive, but Waveform is that surefire way to get out of a bad situation, essentially. So, although Citadel is, of course, up against the Templar Assassin, he's having a pretty good time getting 8 last hits. It's tied right now. The aggressive tri-lane top, I imagine we'll see some more aggression and initiation once this wave pushes back, but as it stands right now, and it's not like this is a Lycan where he can head to the jungle and farm. Ewo pretty much has to get CS in lane. There's no other way he's going to get it. There's no other way he's going to get farm, so they might rotate him somewhere else. They might just try to get him farm by getting kills. They might make space by pulling, which is what they're doing now. The issue is Ewo has to get CS. Otherwise, this game is going to go very poorly for them, like you already mentioned. So,
yeah, absolutely. And they're trying to like pull the creeps around, trying to make this a little bit easier for them. If they can keep the creeps very close to the tower, it's possible that this aggressive tri-lane just won't be able to do anything. But Fanzasoin is invis. He's stalking Nova here. I wonder if Nova noticed that little block.
He didn't ping it out. He's going to get Grave Chill Nova. Maybe in some trouble right now. Evan looking for the telekinesis. Can he get there in time? The arrow flying through. What an arrow. No! So close. The Soul Assumption. Not enough charges. That was almost amazing. They went so deep for that, though, and that's the problem. Ewo now has at least a little bit of free time here to just get some CS.
Oh, man. That was, like, so close to being the most epic arrow ever. Unfortunate.
They're going to wrap around, though.
They're just going to turn back around, yeah.
They're going to go. They have the mana for pretty much everything here, and Zinderless and Ewo. Well, Zinderless might not be so lucky to get away. Ewo absolutely can. Actually, they're going to try to go on Evan right now. Telekinesis is going to go. Nope, Waveform doing some damage. Evan not going to fall, though. Arrows, that's going to hit on Zinderless. A lot of damage going that way. Soul Assumption, not enough. The Sunstrike Relic! What a play! Yes.
The R-God comes through in the clutch.
Yes.
What a Sunstrike. Grabs him on the way out. Gets himself some gold.
Yes.
And, man, this aggressive tri-lane is... I didn't even consider the fact that he could just go XOR and they'd have that as well.
I thought about it, but like he was kind of down in the bottom lane just doing his own thing, and I figured like maybe, I mean, I was actually going to make a point of it. He actually went phase first, which is a pretty strong XOR build. He actually went like a claws of attack. Yeah, that's it. And that was something that I wanted to bring up, but I forgot about. But man, he sniped.
Very nice job there. And already, I mean, the Morphling only has 10 CS, so we're already seeing the ramifications of this. Even though they've had decent creep control, they have to play so conservatively. They're so scared. I mean, there's not even mana right now for Arrow, and they're still way back. He almost has enough, though.
Yeah, they're getting ready to go again, and Ewo, well, at least right now he's at 10 last hits, which is pretty good. I mean, he's actually tied with the Mirana, but the thing is they don't have the kills going the way. Union Gaming's kind of a little bit behind in that regard. 25 last hits now for Bricks, who's dominating mid lane as he should up against a Death Prophet. Jericho sitting here mid and not having the best time, essentially. I mean, or excuse me, bottom. He's got 16 last hits. He's doing okay. He didn't go to the jungle with that Wild Wing. Half-red egg roll. Well, yeah, that ensnare, that's pretty much the good it's going to do you. I mean, he's just going to leap away. So, also they rotate Fan of Soy on bottom. It looks like they want to get a kill here on Jericho. They have Grave Chill. They can go with Soul Assumption. He does have Scorched Earth, mind you. They have to Cold Snap to try to get anything done. Look at Jericho backing off. He's got no vision in the jungle. Maybe he knows he's missing.
I think they must know, like, having the Visage gone is actually pretty notable as well, but now the creature's going to run into him. That sets up a perfect Cold Snap. Jericho, he's going to go down here. Oh, avoids the Sunstrike, but the Soul Assumption from downtown gets him through the south.
I actually went back top as soon as I saw that Soul Assumption fly because I knew he was dead, and I thought there was action going on top. But half right egg roll, he stays alive, and they didn't decide to go on him as they actually ensnared him up, and he didn't have leap this time around, but Ewo now, they're giving him room to farm. The 16 last hits, and he can get back into it. I mean, we've seen it before, so they're doing a nice job denying him, and that's the thing. So I guess it comes down to, does the Visage want to go back top? And it seems to be the case that he does. They just wanted to get a kill on Jericho and say, listen, my work here is done. You work on this lane now. It's your lane to deal with, so.
Relic went ham. He almost just died diving the tower, trying to kill Jericho. Jericho almost died too, though.
Yeah, Jericho taking damage. He does have that Scorched Earth up in 6 seconds. He can just use that to regen, but he kind of wants to save that for maybe some, obviously, maybe even more dire situation. He's going to have a stick pop out, and there goes the Scorched Earth just to get back up to full, and, well, at least close to full. He's got Doom now, though.
Yeah, it's a lot of HP regen. It's definitely worth popping when you're in a situation like that, and I think they want to use this Doom as soon as possible to get back into this. They really need to do something, but in the top lane, it looks like might be a couple heroes converging that way. There is no ward coverage in the area for the Dire.
Half fried. You got to be careful, my friend. But also,
he's baiting, dude.
Yeah, he is. He's the master baiter right now, coming up for half fried egg roll. He's looking to go with an arrow. They have Fan of Soyon roaming up the river. Evans here as well. They have Vision coming out for the Dire team. They don't. It looks like the counter ward of that ward that was there earlier. So,
yep.
Well, who? They're not going to fight. They're just kind of.
I think they need to kill Ewo.
They do, but it's going to be so hard to kill him. I mean, he'll just strength more if he gets caught out. And they're looking for a telekinesis, but the creep wave is in front. They can't really arrow. They're pinging on Evan right now, saying he was about to go on me probably. And as it stands now, Relic is still getting decent CS. He's going to pick up a Midas as well, already with Phase and a Basilius. That's a really nice time for that. I mean, 47 CS at 7 minutes is pretty disgusting when you think about it. That's absolutely gross.
Relic is, he's proving he's not just the Arteezy Slayer, I guess.
He knows
he's playing really well this game.
Middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Looks like they want to go on Jericho. They do have to be a bit careful here, but between telekinesis...
Shackles, half right egg roll, getting low, Sunstrike, not necessary, nice leap, he's still alive, they can't get him, the waveform came through. Ewo is so close to picking up the kill, but no cigar. And another kill going the way of Earthspirit.
What a leap, man. Sometimes leaps just save you, and that was a perfect example. When you can leap off the high ground like that, put him in a perfect situation to get out of there with like 60 HP, so he's probably happy right now. And Jericho!
Oh my goodness. Ownage 5-0.
Yeah, well, this is sometimes what happens when you pick a lineup that has 4 carries in it. Well, 4 in my opinion should be carries.
Naga Siren as a support is just...
I hate it, dude. It's so bad.
There's a lot of people who don't like it, and I think that there's just... It's just sometimes very questionable, I think. It works when you've got a good lineup, I think, just to play around it.
Yeah, I think it's fine in like a defensive tri-lane with no pressure. But like if you get pressured as a Naga in a tri-lane, you can't really do anything. Riptide is an extremely offensive ability. You use it to take off their armor, you use it to make it so you can actually kill them. But now Brix, he's going Citadel. There's a haste rune though, should be fine. Oh my god.
He juked it.
Relic. Fishing for kills.
He almost got it too. If he had walked back a bit more, he would have been dead. But he had the haste rune, so he juked it. So a nice play from Citadel to stay alive, obviously. But they are still down 5 kills. They're still down a lot of CS to both Brix and Relic in the top lane. The Mirana getting decent farm. And really, this is the only lane that's going okay for Union. And that's just because Ewo hasn't been ganked yet. And he's got Treads and a Wraith Band. But that's all he has going for him. And there is a 4,000 gold lead now coming out for Ban Earthspirit. A 2,000 experience
lead. Mid lane, going on Citadel. TP in as well. There's another decent attempt at a Sunstrike. Melt's going to finish it off, but now Brix has to run away from Eero. Does have Refraction available. Waveform already used, so you got to expect he's going to be just fine there.
Yeah, Brix is going to be able to just run away, and Ewo TPing through that not only stopped his farm, he couldn't secure the kill, and I understand what he wanted to go for, but there's just not enough damage, especially against the Templar Assassin, who's decently farmed with Phase, with a drum now coming out as well, so suddenly it looks worse and worse. Maybe if they just keep Ewo somewhere farming while that's all happening, at least you could say, okay, well, at least they've got the Morphling farming, but that's not the case anymore.
I mean, he only has 33 CS, so that's not the kind of farm that saves you from a situation like this.
Yes. and they're losing some towers, but now they're sick of being aggressed upon. They're looking for a kill down bottom. That's going to be on Relic. He has no point in Wex, but they might be able to TP to help him out here. They're going to maybe use that Doom. They're thinking about jumping on top of him, but oh, look at this. They've showed themselves. The Moonlight Shadow is going to go, and that means they can either stay top right now, look for a tier 2 or a gank, or head bottom and just try to help out Relic. The TPs need to come now, though. The Exorcism is up. Evan has one. Visage has one. They can TP there and help out. Even the Mirana has one, but they don't want to fight into the Exorcism. They're going to let this tier 1 tower go, it looks like, but they're going to rotate mid. They're going to try to take it. It's already at half health. Of course, some creeps doing some damage to it right now. DP gets the last end of the tower. Relic, he's got a TP as well if he wants to fight. He's going to stay in pretty far back, though. We'll see.
I think it's fine if they sack this tower. They just need to make sure they get the mid lane tower. And half right egg roll. Ewo going on top. Ooh, arrow is just not quite there. Those point blank arrows can actually be really hard sometimes.
Yeah. The skill shots this game have been very close, but they're just off the mark. Whether it's the Sun Strikes, which he hit one, but missed a couple other ones. The arrows, which have been close. Telekinesis obviously makes it very easy to land those, but as it stands right now, they don't need them. They just need to continue to outpace the game. And Baron Earthspirit, they have so much farm in this team. They have so much farm elsewhere on the map as well. The Necro's now coming up, I believe, for Relic as well. So,
I mean, just the amount of farm that Relic and the TA have bricks is just, it's just going to carry them through this mid game. I mean, this is completed Yasha for TA at 11 minutes when he already has phase boots. He already has a drum. He has outrageously farmed 2 kills as well.
I think when TAs are the best are when they get these kind of starts and just start rolling through people. If you can shut them down, they're not that scary, but TA used to be one of the best mids for this reason alone, just to be able to snowball, and she was even better because, of course, she actually had early game, kind of pressure and could just go to town on people, but now, I mean, she's snowballed well. They're going to fight top. Doom is up on Evan. And Snare as well. Waveform coming through. They're going to pick up their first kill finally. No deny. The arrow's going to fly. It hits a creep, sadly. Half right. He's got to run. He's got his leap available. If he needs to get out, he can leap into the trees and TP from there. It looks like he'll just walk. Now he will leap in TP, but that means the tier 2 tower bottom is going to fall. So even when Union get a kill, they lose something else across the map.
Yeah, I mean, that was like... that was just like a necessary thing that was going to happen at some point to ban Earth. Eventually someone was going to get doomed and die, and that was just the situation. But the fact is that they didn't lose anyone else during it, and they even got a tower at the same time, which is arguably more valuable at this point because the map control for Union Gaming is just getting crippled.
Yeah, and at some point, if you were Union, you could maybe build a medallion and try to sneak a Roche with Exorcism, but that time is kind of wearing thin.
I mean, I guess they have the Naga, but Naga's not even level 6 yet.
They really.
God, Naga is just so bad when she doesn't have levels.
Yeah, that's. I think that's very true. She's going for an Urn, and Zinderliz really isn't even close at this point. So
it's optimistic.
Yeah, I think they just got shut down real hard, and pretty much all lanes. And now Brix is maybe looking to just push Jericho out of the jungle. Even the jungle's not even safe right now. Not that they have any wards here, and that's kind of the interesting thing. Evan. He can put down the observers. He wants to. He probably wanted to last time, but he got doomed up. Now he will. These aggressive wards in the jungle. And they might try to set up a kill or a tower or something with Exorcism, but it's really not even that scary at level 1, even with like Witchcraft and what have you. So maybe they smoke and sneak Roshan here, and they're going to do that, I think. That's the only thing they can do.
There's an entire mechanism on the core area for fans of Soyan. So he's going to have that. And if Relic Sunstrikes this could go really badly for them. I mean,
I think they know.
My God.
I think they know. Right, they're drawing a line on the map. There is absolutely 100% knowledge of this Roshan happening. And there are Serpent Wards up, but there's no medallion. This Roshan's falling quick, but how quick? The Sunstrike's going to go, and they need to back off. Citadel just took a lot of damage. Here they go, Moonlight Shadow. Look at that Melt Strike. Doom is up on Brix, the Ensnare as well, but will he fall? Taking a lot of damage. And the Roche getting ever so low. Jericho getting brought down little by little. He wants to finish Roche. Can he get the Aegis? No, it looks like he cannot. He didn't pick it up. The triple kill coming out. The Aegis theft. They got the Roche kill with the Serpent Wards, but that was all they got for Union Gaming. Ban Earthspirit are taking every single little thing in this game.
Man, that was really greedy, and that was just disastrous for Union Gamers. And now they have a mech, they're back up to full HP, and they're just going to charge in here. Nothing is stopping them. They're not like ulti reliant or anything like that, so they can just continue on moving forward here. They've got the Wex, they've got the X-Sword Invoker. He even has a point in Wex now for tornado setups. They've got the Mirana. They have not a lot of mana on Goody, but they're just going to continue charging forward here.
Yeah, and Ewo is desperately trying to find farm while this is all happening, and that's the only thing saving them this game. And at this point, it seems very, very unlikely. And already the tier 3 tower getting low. The Visage Familiar is pushing in. The Exhort coming out. The Alacrity. He actually went for a Force Staff. He doesn't even want the Necro Book yet. Get the Force first. Maybe go Necro next. But the tier 3 tower, the damage has been done. No tower taken as of yet, but it's getting very close.
Yeah, this is getting really bad for Union. I mean, it was already bad, but now taking a quick look at the gold graph, it's over 10k. XP isn't quite as bad, but I mean, Ewo is going for the Yasha, so this means he's probably going to be going for the Manta, and this definitely has a much lower impact on the game than something like a shotgun, which sometimes can like pull you out of a ditch. I don't know. This is they're just getting completely punished for that greedy lineup. I mean, this lineup is so greedy. They're just getting completely owned for it.
Like the Doom, you can understand why you'd pick it up against a couple of these heroes, but it's just not working out. They don't have the lockdown maybe that they like. I mean, the Shadow Shaman gets blown up so quickly, and a hero that's all about positioning, you really need to be in the right area at the right time, and it's just not worked out. Jericho, he gets Psionic trapped. The rest of Ban Earthspirit are ready to go if they want to, but now they're going to get pincered. Ewo's coming up from the top, and Meld Strike, nope. Out of range, maybe, or he just decided to use it, not an attack. It looks like maybe that was the case, but top lane, Doom is up on Evan. He's going to try to split the difference and just run up top here. They're going to Moonlight Shadow him, and they're going to throw a Sentry down as well. Evan's going to die, and, well, Evan's feeding. The only 2 deaths in the game for Ban Earthspirit are on Evan, so feeder, GG.
Poor guy. It's the worst, you have the only 2 deaths on your team.
Bottom tower is under attack.
You expect it as a Rubik, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, well, I got Doom, so I guess it's fine. We got a tower for it, and now 2 levels in Necro Book. Still, the Aegis is up here for Relic, and he's going to continue moving forward here. And I have to say, Ban Earthspirit has done a really great job of just continuing the pressure this entire game. They took their advantage, and they haven't really let Union gamers try to farm back into it. They've just been continuing to roll down the map, take down towers. And it's been a really nice performance from them, I have to say.
Yeah, they forced out a couple of TPs to that bottom lane. They dished out some damage, but they weren't able to defend that tier 1 tower down bottom. And I think that was almost amazing coming out, just forcing pretty much every single TP back from Union to try to defend that. I thought they might all go, but they didn't need to. So Brix is going to run right into Ewo, and Ewo's just going to run away. Psionic Trap is going to go. He's got Replicate, and he might use it. The Meld Strike, but here comes the Ensnare. Brix, he has no more Aegis, obviously. Actually, I don't know who picked it up last time around. I actually didn't check.
Invoker has it.
Invoker has the Aegis. Okay, good to know. Brix now backing away almost with his Desolator. He actually has an Invis rune, so even if he got caught out, he can just Invis up and leave, or Meld up even and be fine. So the last tier 2 tower on the map for Union Gaming, that top tier 2, and, well, they've got to find a way. I don't think they'll defend it, but they got to find a way to get back into it. And another tower going the way of Ban Earthspirit is certainly not what they want. So,
yeah, and Death Prophet has a bracer now after finishing the Yules. Like, this is like panic territory for Union. They've realized that they just need to get really cheap items to help them try to fight back into this, despite their huge gold disadvantage. And you know, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough here. Invoker is just rolling. He still doesn't even have his Necro yet.
It's actually in his inventory. Arrow just missing, as you can see, but Brix melding up for whatever reason, deciding not to go. There's going to be the Ensnare flying through. Nova maybe trying to put that ward down, but he gets Telekinesis, the right click, but now there's going to be the Song of the Siren. The Serpent wards are up. They're ready to fight here. The ward trap on Brix, but he breaks out immediately. Nova gets blown up. Ewo trying to fight now, getting brought down a little bit, but still they pick up. Fan of Soyon getting caught out. Zinderless, he grabs the kill there. Doom is up on Relic. He has that Aegis, so he's ready to fight. He's ready to continue to fight. Jericho in some trouble. Ewo, he's morphing strength right now. They're trying to get Relic. The mech is up for Jericho. The Meld Strike, it doesn't matter. Look at the side blades. Evan with the Fade Bolt at the last moment gets the triple. Ewo, more strength, morph. The Meld Strike, the Sun Strike. Boom! Dunzo! Relic gets it. Our team wipe coming out. Union, they put up a good defense, but not good enough. Meanwhile, diving it too far. Brix, he does pick up his Desto. Now there's going to be the Shackles coming through. Actually, he still has that Refraction. Nice Centaur Stomp. Brix is going to fall. He didn't actually have a streak on him, so not that much gold going the way of Union, but they pick up at least something at the end of that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's okay, but they're probably not. They're definitely not happy with how they went, and now the Invoker's going to come back with a level 3 Necro Book and just continue knocking down their doors. I mean, Union gamers, what can they do to get back into this? I mean, This Death Prophet has a Yules, which is like a really nice item. It's like one of my favorite items on the hero, but unfortunately, it's
she needs
not. It's so late, and he's only level 10. He doesn't even have level 2 exorcism yet.
She needs that really badly. We've talked about it before. Like that's the exact level.
Yeah, that's the thing. The level 11 is the when you can really easily push like into tier 2s. Tier 1s you can usually get with level 6 exorcism, but once you get that level 2 exorcism up, it's a lot more damage, and it's gonna help him in the fight a lot. But the problem is it's just coming too late. I mean, look at the farm on these heroes. They don't really care about a level 2 exorcism. Rubik does, but he's sad. He's died 3 times.
He's got a plate tagger though. He's not that sad, I'd say.
That's true.
But
it's not that sad.
The problem with getting the level 2 ultimate is that your jungle's being taken by your Doom. Your bottom lane is getting pushed out by Ewo consistently, or any other lane for that matter with Replicate. He can just jump out whenever necessary, or even TP with a waveform. So it's kind of this issue where the levels or the gold aren't really going your way for Union Gaming, and it's just something that they can't really deal with right now, and they're lucky they haven't lost to tier 3 yet, honestly, with the way this game has gone. But it's getting close as Zinderlez, well, he gets blown up. Jericho, he throws up the Doom at the very least. He throws up the mech a bit early, honestly. Cold Snap, the Maelstrom, now Spell Steal. I think he got Doom. He did. He got Doom. Evan ready to use it. Moonlight Shadow, Ewo, he's doomed up right now. Jericho getting Deafening to death. And now Ewo backing off, maybe half right egg roll, trying to find an arrow spot. 3 seconds cooldown for that. He's ready to go again. Psionic Trap's gonna fly. Citadel, arrow, Nova, just missing. Ewo, the Doom's done there. I'm surprised they only got 2 out of that. The Exorcism about to be done here, but this tier 3 tower also about to fall. The Desolator, the double damage. You can say goodbye to your mid-racks. Look at that. Bricks, every single hit. He is taking chunks out of this racks. And this is going to be a set of racks, maybe even GG very soon coming out for Union Gaming.
Yeah, and they have the Necros here as well. Everyone's just afraid to kill them. They don't have enough HP to really kill them profitably, so need to be very careful about that. And now they're just going to back them up. Don't want to feed the gold over. They got the racks. They got what they came for. They're going to leave. And we'll find out shortly. If this is a quick Roche, this might be a quick game.
Yeah, we're gonna see that second timer come up in just a second. Once, of course, this little animation thingy is done. And no, not that quick. 135. So, I guess I'd say about average. Not too bad, but actually, I guess when you think about it in a minute, it's not that bad at all. They can jump into Roche. I mean, they have the Psionic Trap as well, so they'll know essentially when it's up, and that's, I think, really a big advantage. Obviously, they have so much map control. They wish they kind of had these jungle wards that the Dire do. They kind of wish the Radiant had those wards. There's no real aggressive vision coming out from the Radiant, and that's kind of an issue. They have the traps, which is something, and I guess more than really anything is actually that's kind of important. But 22 minutes in, and they're still controlling this game. Union Gaming are going to try to push down mid for whatever reason. They really can't afford to get caught out, so they're going to back off now. And they're actually just trying to make space for Ewo, it seems, who his Manta style is about to be completed as he's getting about 50 gold away from that. There it is, the recipe now purchasable, and that means that at least he's got one item going his way. But the Smoke of Deceit gank now coming out from Ban Earthspirit.
And that's an Aghanim's picked up for the Invoker as well, so he's going to be slamming through those spells. And I'll be interested to see what he can do in this team fight. Bricks has a ton of gold saved up. Maybe you go for something like a Daedalus next. Could get a Blink Dagger or something like that as well, I guess. He's got a lot of good options. BKB an option as well. But now they're going to move forward. They catch Citadel. He's up in the air, and the stolen Doom used on Citadel. He's going to try to make it out of here. Nova on the run as well. Unfortunately, Death Prophet, he's caught with that red Doom coming out from Bricks. Oh, yeah. Those Desolator hits are just so menacing if you're a sport. You're like, well, half my HP is gone. Shit.
Run. No, I'm dead. All right, that's it. You really just, like... It's the scariest thing in the world, I think, when you're an underleveled support and you're just like, well, I'm dead. That's it. You've kind of resigned to the fact that you are going to go down, but Nova, he's not happy with it. He'll buy back and he'll try to get back into the engagement here, but they'll song up, and this is going to be either where they win or lose the game here. Nice Serpent Trap on Bricks here. Nice stuns coming through. Bricks somehow gets out. The Doom goes his way. Arrow flying, hits on Zitto as the Serpent Wards were stolen. My goodness, Evan is playing out of his mind right now. Soul Assumption cleaning up another. Ewo getting low. Might be his first death of the game, I believe. He gets mech'd up. No, the Strength Morph. He's still alive. They want the kill. Look at this well dive. Is he dead? Yes. The Maelstrom proc. Now only 2 survive. Union Gaming. It's been a massacre. They've seen some stuff in their time, but this is absolutely gross. Jericho, Sunstrike. Oh, baby.
Well, they take down another Rax here, and with it, there's the game. Citadel calls it for Union. They're not able to pull it together in game number 2. I just don't know about these picks. I think they were doomed.
Oh, he got him. He got him, everybody. Jeez. All right. It's been a pleasure casting this series for you guys, but we are not done yet. First and foremost, make sure you guys follow this channel, twitch.tv/American Dota League. If you are free, if you're available, if you're looking for some Dota action to watch prime time, American hours, 7 Eastern, almost every night, and on the weekends, maybe a bit earlier. But as it stands right now, we have another series coming up, obviously. Of course, my name is Mont. You can follow me at twitter.com/MontDota2. With me is Greg, WhatIsSip. You can follow at twitter.com/WhatIsSipTV. Of course, you can follow American Dota League at twitter.com/American Dota, and like I said, here on the Twitch channel. Let's see what else. Of course, shout out to the sponsor Steel Series, and make sure you guys purchase up the ticket. $3.99 in game gets you that nice monolith HUD. And I guess that'll be it. Also, highground.tv is where you guys can find us, the three of us, including Cobble Guy, myself, and WhatIsSip, for our casting and any sort of interesting stuff. We got a couple of interviews up there as well. But Greg, anything to say before we head into the next series?
It was a fun series. I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. Unfortunately, it was didn't go quite so well for Union Gamers, but thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in a couple minutes.
Be right back, guys. Stick around.